Alright, and we're back again. And this is why I like to flat sand them. We're going to call this side good enough. It'll get an O-ring that sits on the side cover that seals on this lip right here anyway. But top's nice and flat and shiny. Now, if I have a bearing on hand, we're going to remove this one and put it back. So, let's dig through the boxes here and see what we can't find. What do we got here on the bearing number? Let's see, that is a BH1012. I'm not sure if you can catch that or not. Yeah, let's try this here. How about some light on the subject? Too much light. Anyway, we'll work on that situation as we go. But the number on there is BH1012. And these are Torrington bearings. Torrington, which is they're no longer made no more, so we've had to source out other stuff. And I believe I do have one. So let's see. What we got in this brown one right here. I think that was it. That's a small bearing for Mac. Hold on guys, be right back. Alrighty, I found one. This one happens to be new old stock. I'll show you the number on this one if we can get it to focus right. Yeah, don't want to focus right, does it? So catch a little bit more light. Hold on, we got a little guy crying. Alrighty, now I'm going to show you my process of how I get these bearings out. You should always press from the numbered side. Basically, I use a bunch of bolts and nuts and whatnot. Not too bad, works pretty good. Let's find our combination. I think I need a socket too. Do 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 do. I'm going to use this socket. And I believe I'm going to start with like that. Maybe not. Okay. So. Going to use that one there basically as kind of a bearing. Use this one here as support. And the nut, as you can see here, fits the bearing fairly well. As far as needing to be pressed out. Press will probably make this easier, but don't have one at the moment. So this is what we do, what I do, and it's worked thus far. Let's see if we got our sockets needed. To take it loose. About a half. Yes, 9/16. 13. There we go. So I got a 13mm socket on one side. And 9/16 on the other. Let's see if we can get this done without having to go grab another ratchet. See, coming out already. Easy peasy. Wrong direction. I'm going to put a spacer in here. Might help us out a little bit. And I generally use these for installing crank seals too. They work pretty good for it. You can get them at your local hardware store. They're $3, $4, $5 a piece sometimes. But cheaper than buying the tools. Or you could just use a socket. Sometimes the socket won't go over crank though. The big holes in these tend to work pretty good for that sometimes. Yeah, that should help out. Pardon my French. That's why I just recentered up on there. Probably help if I had a bigger socket, but see, it's almost out. Whoop. Bingo. And there she be. And this thing is locked up. So, it's getting a new one. Now before we do that, we're going to rinse this thing out with some degreaser and hot water. And we'll be back. Alright, we're all rinsed off. Had to scrub a couple spots. Yeah, it looks like I missed some. Yeah, let's try to get that out real quick. I will say on the other two, Lombards that are ported, one has just had lower transfer work done. And there's also another difference. One only has 2 transfers. The one that has 2 transfers has just had the transfers on the bottom opened up and some exhaust timing added. I believe there's a total of 6 degrees on it. And the other saw that has the third transfer port, the transfers have been opened up and about 6 degrees of timing has been added, and the case has been smoothed out down in here and all the sharp edges removed. That's right in here and up in here. And tried to round as many of these corners down and sloped right here. And of course, this was all blended in and case matched to the cylinder. But this one's not getting that. This is going to be for a comparison. Alright. This is what I use to is compressed air. Seems to work pretty good. It's pricey, but there's a lack of air compressor. Use what you excuse me, what you got? Alright, we flipped the towel over. It's now clean. We got most of our crudiness out of here. It's just old stuck, thick oil. Let me grab a paper towel. Right. A little bit of Breaky Clean. We should get the rest of that gunk out pretty easy. Oxidization is wiping off. For those who wondered, yes, this is the kitchen table. So welcome to my kitchen. Luckily the wife don't fuss too much. Alright, nice and clean. Clean enough anyway for what we're getting ready to do. Brain fart, y'all. Brain fart. Okay, here's the old one. Now, I'm going to pull it from the inside out. And we will be reinstalling new seals. So happens that they will use and accept the XL12 crank seal. Part number I use is 6120. And that is an SKF seal. And we're going to put the bearing in the same way basically that we took it out. Nice and free. That's how you want it. And we're going to give it a little spritzy spritz. Blow it dry. My reasoning behind brake cleaning these things is if they're dry, dust don't stick to them as bad. You can always re-oil them later. It's a lot easier to blow dust off a dry surface than it is a wet, oily surface. Here we go. And we're going to have to go to a shorter bolt because that one does not have threads. Not enough of it. Couple taps with a socket to get it started. So it's in there and won't fall out now. Well, let's see. Alright. There we go. Time to regroup for a second. Been a minute since I've done this. to make the operation smoother, I use a little bit of anti-seize oil on the threads. This is a stainless bolt, by the way. If y'all ever mess with stainless bolts, you know they like to gald. Appears mine might be doing that now. Oh, you want to be a bugger. Excuse me. Yes, little buddy. Yes, 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 yes. Yep, I see there. What do you got? Oh, okay. And she'll go in just as easily as she came out. And we're going to seat it in flush with the inside of the crankcase. And it should be it there. And beautiful. New bearing installed. Get in there. This is my contraption for installing the seals. Basically 2 sleeves, one inside the other. Yep. Yeah, looks like I need to tap it out more. Yes, buddy boy. What in the world? Kids, you gotta love them, right? Give her just a little tappy tap tap tap.